let's move on to the main card and opening it up. This has been a card that has been littered with injuries, by the way. I think I saw something that said like 46% of the fighters have dropped out or something like that were originally slated to be on the card. But the first fight is going to be between Marvin Vettori and Cezar Ferreira. And Vettori's coming off that loss to Israel Adesanya. It was a split decision, actually, which is crazy because I don't think that Adesanya lost the fight. But there were moments in the fight when Vettori looked good. I think one of the things that kind of throws people when they fight Vettori is that he covers more distance with his punches than you would expect him to, right? Like he can hit you from a little bit further away than you would think he'd be able to. Like Stylebender, you could tell he thought he found the range sometimes, and then Vettori would surprise him and clip him with something. You know what I mean? So I think he's a little bit sneaky in that regard. And he's one of the more promising prospects for Italy. You know, he's kind of their chance at UFC glory, I think, in a way. So he's good, man. He's got, you know, he's 12-3 or 12-4. He's got some good stand-up. Like I said, like there were moments in the fight where he was like hanging around with Israel and I think complicating some things, some good head movement and stuff. But he's fighting Cezar Ferreira, who is a seasoned black belt, right? And he's coming off a loss to Ian Heinisch, which was a good fight and one where I just think that Heinisch's like wrestling and grappling background made it a little bit hard for Cezar to overcome that style. But before that, he picked up a win over Carl Robertson with a first-round arm triangle, who's also fighting on this card, by the way. And before that, he beat Nate Marquardt in a split decision. But one of the big differences here is that Marvin Vettori is a lot younger. And Ferreira has good timing on his takedowns and stuff, but I mean, Vettori fought Antonio Carlos Jr. and didn't get finished by him. And I think Antonio Carlos Jr. is a little bit better than Ferreira, just being honest, with the way he strings his takedowns together and stuff. So I think if Antonio Carlos Jr. couldn't get Vettori out of there, it's going to be a hard thing for Ferreira to do. Also, you're talking about a guy in Vettori who trains with Rafael Cordero, right? He was out of King's MMA and has coached guys like Fabricio Verdum. You know, so he's got experience dealing with teaching these guys with grappling specialties how to strike. So I think that you can expect Vettori's takedown defense to hold up against Ferreira, and I think he's just going to dot him up on the feet. I think this is going to be a win for Vettori. Probably a decision win. I think Cezar Ferreira will be pretty gritty. It'll be hard to get him out of there, but I like Vettori in this fight. I like the fight to stay on the feet. I like for Vettori to be able to, even if he does get taken down, I think he'll be able to get back to his feet. Like, he's a big, powerful guy, and I think that the punching power and the ability, like I said, Vettori, he's kind of tricky, man. He's got some more length on his punches than you would expect. He hits you from a little bit further away, and I think that might catch Ferreira off guard, and it'll lead to it's going to start opening some things up for Vettori. I think this is going to be a good fight for him, and I think he'll get back to winning, back to his winning ways when he comes up against Ferreira this weekend. I think that fight will probably go the distance. Like I said, I don't see him getting him out of there, but I think Vettori will pick up the win.